साधनम् दर्शनेन जिनेन्द्राणाम् साधूनां वन्दनेन च न चिरं तिष्ठते पापम् चित्रहस्ते यतोदकम् वीतरागमुखं दृष्ट्वा पद्मरागासमप्रभम् नैकजन्म कृतं पापं दर्शनेन विनश्यति दर्शनं जिनसूर्यस्य संसाराद्वान्तनाशनम् बोधनं चित्तपद्मस्य समस्तार्थप्रकाशनम् दर्शनं जिनचन्द्रस्य सद्धर्मामृतवर्षणम् जन्मदाह विनाशाय वर्धनं सुखवारिधे जीवादितत्त्वं प्रतिदर्शकाय सम्यक्त्वमुख्याष्टगुणाश्रयाय प्रशान्तरूपाय दिगम्बराय देवाधिदेवाय नमो जिनाय चिदानन्दैकरूपाय जिनाय परमात्मने परमात्मप्रकाशाय नित्यं सिद्धात्मने नमः अनन्तानन्त संसार सन्ततिच्छेदकारणम् जिनराजपदाम्बोज स्मरणं शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्षा जिनेश्वर न हि त्राता न हि त्राता न हि त्राता जगत्त्रये वीतरागात् परो देवो न भूतो न भविष्यति जिनेर्भक्ति जिनेर्भक्ति जिनेर्भक्तिर्दिने दिने सदा मेस्तु सदा मेस्तु सदा मेस्तु भवे भवे जन्म जन्माकृतं पापं जन्मकोटि समार्जितम् जन्म मृत्युर्जरा मूलम् अन्यते जिन दर्शनात् अन्यते जिन वन्दनात् दर्शनम्।
Thank you, Ravichandran sir. Now I request Dr. Priyadarshana Jain to chant the Namokar mantra. Over to Dr. Priyadarshana Jain.
I request you all, can you all hear me, Shanti sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. So I request you all to sit either in Padmasan, Vajrasan, Siddhasan or Sukhasan, and please put the Jnana Mudra. This is also called as the Chin Mudra, and try to sit in Padmasan and just imagine you are Siddha Bhagwan, and we'll try to visualize Siddha Bhagwan in our Atma. So more on Namokar mantra and all, you'll have to attend very many special lectures wherein very deeply we'll tell you the full science and philosophy and the spirituality and the logic of Namokar mantra. Today we'll just concentrate on the chanting. Take a deep inhale. While exhale, you will have to tell Namo Aryantanam and visualize Aryant Bhagwan on your Agya Chakra in white color. Okay, this is all very preliminary things. Deep inhaling. Namo Aryantanam. As I say Namo Siddhanam, you will take your focus on the top of your head, where all Anant Siddha Bhagwan are seated. Just imagine that the entire universe is your body and Siddha Bhagwan is sitting there. Okay. So Namo Siddhanam, you'll take your focus over here and imagine a red color light, full of energy, full of power. That is your soul. So again, deep inhaling. Namo Siddhanam. Namo Ayaryanam, bring your concentration on your Vishuddhi chakra, the thyroid gland, and imagine a yellow color. Okay, that is for purity. Vishuddhi, cleansing. So when you follow the conduct, you take to cleansing. Cleansing happens. Okay, the right conduct. So inhale. Namo Ayaryanam. As you inhale, your chest puffs out And as you exhale, your stomach goes inside. Come to the present moment, come to your body, look within. This is all very, very preliminary. Namo Uvajjayanam, we meditate on our heart chakra, okay? And that is green color, Upadhyay Bhagwan, full of prosperity. I have the Keval Gyan prosperity in me. We'll try to visualize that. So again, deep inhaling. Namo Uvajjayanam. Fifth, Namo Loe Savasahunam. Bring your concentration to your nabhi or to the toe of your right leg and imagine black color. Just as no other color sticks on to the black color, likewise, no material color will stick to my soul. And black color, when we meditate, all the blackness, all the darkness, all the negativity from my soul is leaving me and going. So give these two auto suggestions to yourself. Bring your concentration to the nabhi. Inhale. Namo Loe Savasahunam. This fivefold namaskar, that is Eso Pancha Namokaro, Sabba Pava Panasno, will destroy all the sins. If you know to tell the Namokar mantra and if you know to follow the Namokar, the message of Namokar mantra correctly. Sabba Pava Panasno, that is the power of this mantra. And what will happen? All the negativities will go. Mangala Namcha Sabvesing. All that is auspicious in the world will come to you. Padamam Havai Mangalam. This is the first and foremost auspicious thing in the world. Okay. So this is the meaning of the Namokar mantra. We'll chant the last 4 lines. We'll bring our concentration to the Agya Chakra and we'll visualize that I am an embodiment of the Pancha Parameshti and all my sins have gone and all the negativities have gone and I am a bundle of auspiciousness. Mangalmay mein ho gaya hu. Sabhi papon ka nash ho gaya hai. Okay. So we'll do it. Bring your concentration over here. Deep breathing. Eso Panchanamokaro. Again, deep inhaling. Sava Pavapanasano. Deep inhaling. Mangalanam cha savvesim. Deep inhaling. Padamam havai mangalam. Lastly, deep inhaling. Jai Jinendra. Over to Shanti sir.
Thank you, Priya ma'am. That was really enlightening. To continue the proceedings for today, it's a proud privilege and pleasure to welcome this illustrious personality. She is a graduate of the Madras Medical College and she is a part of the glorious team of Doctors Without Borders. Now, what is this Doctors Without Borders? This term is very intriguing. When I Googled yesterday, I found out to my surprise that you have to be ready at a very short notice of 1 or 2 days to respond to carry yourself being escorted to a foreign country. And when I mean a foreign country, it's not for tourism purpose. It's for a country where there is epidemics or war and where your services are needed. So you are a part of this team and we are very happy to welcome Dr. Shobha Vardhaman. She is happily married to Commander-in-Chief Air Marshal Simakuti Vardhaman and she is a proud mother of Abhinandan Vardhaman. She has done her post-graduation in New York. And to know more about her and her views on Jainism and other topics, for a brief address, I invite Dr. Shobha Vardhaman. Over to Dr. Shobha Vardhaman. I request all to please mute yourself and switch your video off. Dr. Shobha Vardhaman will switch on her audio and video. Over to Dr. Shobha Vardhaman.
Please unmute yourself, madam. On the left hand side, there's a left icon. Please unmute yourself.
The host is
Sorry, madam.
Jai Jinendra, Namaskaram. I'm really humbled that Dr. Priyadarshana Jain had found me good enough to come and address you all today. I cannot claim too much knowledge about Jainism because in the past so many 6 decades of my life, we've been going around doing our work without much, I would say, spending too much time on religious pursuits. But my few things that I have followed as Nadobasana, that is, I have always learnt my slokas and I've recited them with the songs, and also done my duty. And I think this COVID-19 has got a lot of benefits. This lockdown has given us an opportunity to learn and also to contemplate, look inwards and meditate. And I think, and it has also brought us so many virtual meetings and information to our own home, which I'm really thankful to COVID for having given us this actually. And I've been attending this, the Shivar for the past 3 days. And I was so amazed that Navkar Mantra is also, besides cleansing your soul, has the pranayama effect, and this is it's a great combination of science and religion, which is lives true to the word applied Jainism, and the energy and the vibration of the speakers all these 3 days have been so much that it has enthused me to attend the rest of the 18 days. I'm very determined. My Vairagya is now there, and come what may, I will. And also the translations that come in the WhatsApp group. It's really a God-given opportunity for me and for many others as well. You know, in my life, I had followed one motto I derived it from Bharatiyar's song. And I'll say it in Tamil and I'll tell you what it is. Enniya mudidal vendum, nallave ennal vendum, tinniya nenjam vendum, telinda nal arivu vendum. What it means is, jo hum sochte hain, wohi karenge, and jo hum sochenge, wo achhe hi sochenge. And tinniya nenjam vendum, man mein taakat hona chahiye, and the thoughts should be saaf hona chahiye, clarity. And that means that whatever you think, you have to do it. And whatever you think should be good. And to do all this, you have to have courage in your heart, and there must be clarity in the mind. In all my life, I had followed this, and I think it has got all the elements of Jainism that has been said and very clearly in a simple poem by Bharatiyar. And I thank the Department of Jainology for having created a very meaningful Shivar in this particular time of introspection and meditation. And I thank Dr. Darshana Jain for and the Department of Jainology and the Shashun College and the Research Foundation of Jainology for giving me this honor of addressing you all today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Shobha Vardhaman. We also acknowledge the presence of Sri Simakoti Ji Vardhaman. Thank you, sirs, for being a part of today's program. Thank you. To continue these proceedings further, the keynote speaker, I'm sorry again, I made this mistake yesterday. There are two keynote speakers. The first of them is Mrs. Reshma Bansali. She is an alumni of the Department of Jainology, University of Madras, and now she's a faculty at the Shashun Jain College as well as the University of Madras. Her topic will be on Samyak Darshan. She's a very sweet, smiling personality, as we will discover when she talks, and her knowledge is astounding. And let's all, without much ado, be on our toes and concentrate on what Reshma Ji is going to tell us over the next few minutes. Over to Reshma Ji Bansali.
25 minutes. Unmute. Ravichandran sir will unmute Reshma.
जय जिनेंद्र टू ऑल, होप सब सुख साता में है। मेरा टॉपिक आज का विषय मेरा है सम्यक दर्शन। और मेरा टॉपिक शुरू करने के पहले मैं इस अपॉर्चुनिटी के लिए प्रिया मैम को सबको थैंक यू बोलना चाहूंगी। एंड आज मेरे दोनों गुरु डॉक्टर ज्ञान जैन और प्रिया मैम दोनों एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म में प्रेजेंट है, तो इससे अच्छा अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिलेगा मुझे थैंक यू बोलने का। मुझ जैसे नालायक को भी लायक बना दिया, बहुत बहुत आभार। और जब भी रेशमा के जीव की बात होगी, इस भव से शुरुआत होगी। मुझे मेरे निज स्वरूप का परिचय दिया, उसके लिए मैं प्रिया मैम का और डिपार्टमेंट का फॉरएवर ग्रेटफुल। कितने शब्द नहीं मिलेंगे थैंक यू बोलने के लिए। प्रिया मैम, प्रीति मैम, दर्शना मैम, सुनीता मैम, आई ओ देम एवरीथिंग। उन्होंने they are responsible for my evolution and my transformation. तो ये मेरा जो आज का टॉपिक ही है सम्यक दर्शन, वो एक प्रकार से मेरे गुरुओं को, ज्ञान सर को, सुनीता मैम को, प्रिया मैम को, प्रीति मैम को, दर्शना मैम को, सुनीता मैम को मेरी तरफ से एक श्रद्धांजलि है। मेरा टॉपिक पे आते हैं। मेरा टॉपिक का विषय है सम्यक दर्शन और मैंने इसको 4 भागों में लिया है। मेरा पहला भाग होगा सम्यक दर्शन का अर्थ और उसका महत्व। मेरा दूसरा भाग होगा हमारी भूल। मेरा तीसरा भाग है उसके उपाय और चौथा सम्यक दर्शन की प्रेरणा। जैन साधना पद्धति में सम्यक दर्शन का बहुत महत्व है। दंसन मूल दम्मो, जैन धर्म का मूल सम्यक दर्शन है। सम्यक दर्शन को मोक्ष मार्ग की पहली सीढ़ी माना जाता है। सम्यक दर्शन की नींव पर धर्म का महल ठहरता है। अगर संसार के दुखों का अंत करना है तो एकमात्र उपाय है सम्यक दर्शन। इन कुछ वाक्यों से ही हम सम्यक दर्शन का महत्व समझ सकते हैं। जब दर्शन मोहनीय कर्म का क्षय और उपशम होता है, तब सम्यक दर्शन की ज्योति प्रज्वलित होती है। सम्यक दर्शन एक आत्मिक भाव है, आत्मा की शुद्ध परिणति है। सम्यक दर्शन भेद विज्ञान है। आचार्य उमा स्वाति ने तत्वार्थ सूत्र में सम्यक दर्शन का अर्थ बताते हुए कहा, तत्वार्थ श्रद्धानाम सम्यक दर्शनम, अर्थात तत्व और उसके अर्थ की सही श्रद्धा ही सम्यक दर्शन है। वस्तु का यथास्थिति को समझना, अच्छे को अच्छा और बुरे को बुरा समझना। यह बहुत संभव है कि व्यक्ति को बुराई को छोड़ने की शक्ति ना हो, लेकिन अगर वह बुराई को बुराई के रूप में स्वीकार करता है तो वह उसकी दृष्टि सम्यक है। हम अक्सर ये कहावत सुनते हैं, जैसी दृष्टि वैसी सृष्टि, और अगर सृष्टि को बदलना है तो दृष्टि को बदलो। यहाँ दृष्टि का अर्थ है मानव का चिंतन, मनन, उसके विचार, उसकी मान्यता, उसका भावना, उसके विश्वास। और दृष्टि का अर्थ और सृष्टि का अर्थ है उसका रहन सहन, उसके रीति रिवाज, उसके आचरण। बंधन और मुक्ति के हेतु एक। जब भी मिथ्या दृष्टि जीव के लिए जो बंधन और आश्रम का कारण है, वही एक सम्यक दृष्टि जीव के लिए संवर और निद्रा का कारण है। फर्क सिर्फ दृष्टि का है। इसीलिए ही कहा है कि दृष्टि को बदलो तो सृष्टि बदलेगी। अपने विचार बदलेंगे और फिर आचार बदलेगा। उत्तराधियन सूत्र में सम्यक दर्शन का महत्व समझाते हुए कहा है कि अगर एक मिथ्या दृष्टि जीव महीने महीने मासिक खमन तप करे और उसके पारने में सुई के अग्रभाग जितना आहार लेकर छोड़ दे, और फिर भी उसकी तपस्या सम्यक दर्शन के 1/16वें अंश की भी बराबर नहीं है। अर्थात एक सम्यक दृष्टि जीव एक श्वासोश्वास में इतने कर्मों की निर्जरा कर लेता है जितना एक मिथ्या दृष्टि जीव महीने महीने तप कर अल्प आहार ले तो भी ना हो। ये सम्यक दर्शन का महत्व है। सम्यक दर्शन को सम्यक ज्ञान और सम्यक चारित्र्य से भी बढ़कर बताया गया है। सम्यक पूर्वक किया हुआ देश विरति तप की सामान्य साधना भी हमें मोक्ष के करीब लेके चली जाएगी, और सम्यक बिना किए हुई उत्तम साधना भी हमें संसार में ही रुलाएगी। सम्यक का महत्व समझने का एक और बात है कि सम्यक की प्राप्ति के बाद वह जीव एक कोटा कोटि से अधिक का बंध नहीं करता, भले ही उसने सम्यक का वमन कर लिया हो और वापस मिथ्यात्व अवस्था में आ गया हो। आचारम सूत्र में सम्यक दर्शन का महत्व बताते हुए कहा है, सम्मत दंसी न करेंती पावम, अर्थात सम्यक दृष्टि जीव पाप नहीं करता। सम्यक दृष्टि जीव भेद विज्ञान द्वारा जड़ और चेतन का भेद, स्व और पर का भेद समझकर कौन सा कार्य करने योग्य है और कौन सा कार्य नहीं करने योग्य, यह जानकर समझकर विवेक पूर्वक अपना जीवन जीता है। वह ज्ञाता दृष्टा भाव से युक्त राग द्वेष रहित अवस्था को प्राप्त होता है। उसके पास पाप करने का कोई कारण ही नहीं है, और जब कारण नहीं है तो कार्य संभव नहीं है। सम्यक दृष्टि जीव मिथ्यात्व और 4 अनंतानुबंधी कषाय क्रोध, मान, माया, लोभ से मुक्त हो जाता है। आगमों में हम ये भी व्याख्या पढ़ते हैं कि हमने इतनी बार दीक्षा ली है कि अगर हमारे पात्र इकट्ठा करें तो मेरू पर्वत जितना ऊंचा हो जाएगा। अब प्रश्न यह उठता है कि जब हमने इतनी ऊंची पूर्व भवों में इतनी ऊंची साधना की है, तो फिर हम आज भी संसार में क्यों हैं? इस अल्पज्ञ की बुद्धि में, इस अल्पज्ञ को जितना समझ में आया है वो यह है कि भूल हमारी श्रद्धा में हुई है। हमने तपस्या तो की, हमने आचरण तो किया, लेकिन हमारी दृष्टि नहीं बदली, हमारी श्रद्धा दृढ़ नहीं हुई। हम लौकिक संसार में भी देखते हैं, लोक व्यवहार में भी विश्वास, परस्पर विश्वास पर चलता है, पर टिका हुआ है। लाखों करोड़ों का लेन देन विश्वास पर चलता है। जब लौकिक व्यवहारिक जीवन में विश्वास इतना अनिवार्य, इतना जरूरी है, तो आध्यात्मिक जीवन में विश्वास तो अनिवार्य है। विश्वास का यहाँ पर आध्यात्मिक में विश्वास का अर्थ क्या? आध्यात्मिक में विश्वास का अर्थ है मुझे अपने आप पर श्रद्धा, मैं शुद्ध चैतन्य ज्ञान स्वरूप ध्रुव भगवान आत्मा हूं, इस बात पर अटूट श्रद्धा। और जब यह अटूट श्रद्धा पक्की हो जाती है, तब हम मोक्ष मार्ग में हमारा पहला कदम लेते हैं। मैंने पहले कहा था कि सम्यक दर्शन का एक अर्थ भेद विज्ञान भी दिया हुआ है, और यह भेद विज्ञान भी श्रद्धा के बिना संभव नहीं है। श्रद्धा का मतलब अंधविश्वास नहीं है। आगमकारों ने फरमाया है पन्ना सम्मिक्कये दम्मम, अर्थात प्रज्ञा से, तर्क बुद्धि से धर्म की परीक्षा करनी चाहिए। और जैन धर्म में श्रद्धा और तर्क का विवेकपूर्ण समन्वय मिलता है। जब तक जहां तक हो सके, जब तक हो सके तर्क से विचार करना उचित है, और जहां अपनी बुद्धि, अपनी मति और जो विषय अपनी मति के अगोचर है, उन विषयों पर आप्त पुरुषों की वाणी पर श्रद्धा कर कर उसको मानकर चलना चाहिए। आप्त पुरुष कौन? जो वीतरागी है, जो सर्वज्ञ है, जो हितोपदेशी है। यह दृढ़ श्रद्धा हमें आगे लेके जाएगी। जब हमारी श्रद्धा पक्की हो जाएगी, श्रद्धा पक्की होने के बाद थोड़ा भी आचरण हमें मोक्ष के काफी करीब लेके आएगा। आज हम बहुत लोगों से मिल जाएंगे जब भगवान के नाम की माला तो फेरते हैं, स्तोत्र पाठ स्तुति करते हैं, पूजा पाठन करते हैं, लेकिन यह सब वे धन दौलत, पुत्र पौत्र या भोग विलास के लिए करते हैं, या तो फिर शारीरिक सुख की प्राप्ति के लिए करते हैं, या तो फिर दुश्मनों को पराजित करने के लिए करते हैं। जब तक हमारा यह दृष्टिकोण रहेगा, जब तक हम इस दृष्टिकोण से सेवा भक्ति करेंगे, तो अगर हमारे जीवन में महापुरुषों का समागम भी हो जाए और हम श्रद्धा पूर्वक उनकी सेवा भी कर ले और तब त्याग के उत्कृष्ट भूमिका पर भी पहुंच जाए, फिर भी क्या लाभ, फिर भी क्या फायदा। समोसरण में जाकर खाली हाथ लौटे हैं हम, क्योंकि हमारी दृष्टि देवेंद्र द्वारा रचित समोसरण के बाह्य ऐश्वर्य तक ही सीमित हो गई। हमने स्फटिक सिंहासन को तो देखा, लेकिन स्फटिक सिंहासन पर विराजमान तीर्थंकर परमात्मा के वीतराग स्वरूप को नहीं देखा। उनके अनंत ज्ञान की ज्योति में हम प्रकाशित नहीं हुए, और उसके फलस्वरूप हम आज भी इस संसार में रुल रहे हैं। तीर्थंकर की वाणी, उनकी देशना हमारे कषायों के हमारे कषायों के वश की अवस्था को अवश करने में सामर्थ्य रखती है, लेकिन हमने उसका भी लाभ नहीं लिया। हम इसी संसार में पंचम काल में दुख मारे में, मोह के अंधकार में ही हम भटक रहे हैं। अब हमें हमारी दृष्टि सही करनी है। अब हमें जब पता चला है कि हमने क्या भूल की है, हमारी भूल श्रद्धा में हुई है, हमारी भूल दृष्टि में हुई है, तब सवाल ये है कि हम आगे करें क्या करें कि इस भव को हम सार्थक बनाए, क्या करें जिसके फलस्वरूप हम हमारी उन्नति कर सके। तो जैसे हमने डिपार्टमेंट में पढ़ा था, जैनिज्म के 3 A's है, अहिंसा, अनेकांत और अपरिग्रह। वैसे ही सम्यक दर्शन के 2 A's है, एक्सेप्टेंस एंड अवेयरनेस। एक्सेप्टेंस स्वीकृति और जागृति। स्वीकृति, किसकी स्वीकृति? हर परिस्थिति का, हर भाव का, हर पर्याय का, स्वयं के साथ पर के बंधन का। जब हम स्वीकृति भाव से जीते हैं, तब हमारे अंदर का द्वंद्व मिट जाता है और अर्थ ध्यान रुक जाता है। अपने जीवन में सुख दुख का कारण मैं स्वयं ही हूं, यह स्वीकृति भाव समता और वैराग्य भाव को पुष्ट करता है। और जागृति, अवेयरनेस, भगवान ने कई बार फरमाया, एक समय का भी प्रमाद मत करो, हर पल जागृति पूर्वक जियो, हर पल अवेयरनेस के साथ जियो। अगर हम एक सम्यक दृष्टि जीव हर पल अपना हर कार्य जागृति पूर्वक करता है, वह जानता है पाप कर्मों को संसार वृद्धि का कारण मानकर वह हर समय सतर्क रहता है। अगर हम इन दोनों उपाय को, एक्सेप्टेंस, अवेयरनेस, स्वीकृति और जागृति, इन दोनों को अपने जीवन में सरल भाव से अप्लाई करेंगे, उसको प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, उसका अनुभव करेंगे, तो हम भी सम्यक दर्शन के काफी करीब पहुंच सकते हैं। अब मैं आके प्रेरणा, लास्ट मेरा 4th पार्ट प्रेरणा पर आती हूँ। हमने कई बार आके वो 10 दुर्लभ का बोल सुना होगा, शायद सीखा भी होगा, लेकिन शायद उसके महत्व पर कभी हमने ध्यान नहीं दिया। तो वो 10 दुर्लभ है क्या? पहला मनुष्य जन्म, दूसरा आर्य क्षेत्र, तीसरा उत्तम कुल, चौथा पूर्ण इंद्रिया, पांचवा दीर्घ आयु, छठा निरोगी काया, सातवां साधु मुनियों का साथ, आठवां सूत्र सिद्धांत सुनना, नौवां श्रद्धा प्रतीति और पराक्रम रुचि, और 10वां धर्म में पराक्रम फोड़ना। अब इन 10 पे थोड़ा सा ध्यान दें तो हमें पता चलेगा कि इस भव में, इस जन्म में हमने 10 में से 8 की प्राप्ति हम में से बहुतों ने कर ली है। 10 में से 8 दुर्लभ इस जन्म में हम में से बहुतों को मिल चुका है, और अगर इस भव को सार्थक करना है तो बाकी 2 अंतिम दुर्लभ, श्रद्धा और रुचि और धर्म में पराक्रम फोड़ने का पुरुषार्थ करना है। जब जो पहला दुर्लभ है मनुष्य जन्म, हमारी मनुष्य जन्म की यात्रा के पहले की यात्रा ही इतनी लंबी है कि अगर उस पर विचार करें तो ही हमें इस भव के महत्व समझ में आ जाएगा। हम अनंत काल अव्यवहार राशि में रहे, अव्यवहार राशि से हम व्यवहार राशि में आए, और फिर वहां से हमने 9 घाटियों को पार किया। 9 घाटियों को पार करने में हमें अनंत काल लगा दिया। 5 स्थावर, 3 विकलेंद्रिय और असन्नी पंचेंद्रिय, इन 9 घाटियों को पार करते करते हमें अनंत काल बीते। फिर हम सन्नी पंचेंद्रिय बने। सन्नी पंचेंद्रिय के साथ साथ हमने देवता और नारकी के भी बहुत सारे भव किए, और आखिर में हमें यह मनुष्य भव मिला है। अगर हम इस मनुष्य भव का महत्व ना समझकर फिर से वही भूल करेंगे तो हमारे लिए वापस अनंत संसार हमारे लिए तैयार है। अभी हमें डिसाइड करना है, हमें निर्णय लेना है कि अब नहीं तो कब, यहाँ नहीं तो कहाँ, इससे नहीं तो किससे, मैं नहीं तो कौन। कहते हैं उपकारियों का उपकार कभी नहीं भूलना चाहिए, और पहला और सबसे बड़ा उपकार उस सिद्ध परमात्मा का जिसके मोक्ष पदागमन से यह जीव अव्यवहार राशि से व्यवहार राशि में आया। और सही मायने में हम कृतज्ञता तभी अर्पण करेंगे जब हम किसी जीव के अव्यवहार राशि से व्यवहार राशि में आने में निमित्त बनेंगे। इस भाव में अगर उत्कृष्टतम पुरुषार्थ करना है, कुछ करना है, तो वो है सम्यक दर्शन की प्राप्ति। इसलिए जैसे तैसे करके सम्यक दर्शन को प्राप्त करें, जन्म मरण के चक्कर को सीमित करें और इस मानव भव को सार्थक बनाएं। इसी मंगल भावना के साथ कोई त्रुटि की हो, कोई मिथ्या भाव प्रकट किया हो तो तस्सम इच्छामि दुक्कडम। अनंत आभार। जय जय भारत, जय जन शासन। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Reshma ji. You know what? I'm going to share a small secret with everybody. In our internal HOD group, the first response is, today we are seeing a brand new Reshma ji. Thank you very much, and we really enjoyed listening to you. Now I request Dr. Priyadarshana Jain to give her talk today. Over to Dr. Priyadarshana Jain.
Shruti sir, we'll have Pamita first.
Okay, I'm sorry. In the to break the monotony, we thought that the committee decided that we'll have a song in between the two talks, just for a brief interval. And today we have a very nice personality with us. She is very talented, and it's my proud pleasure and privilege to welcome Pamita Khicha an alumni of the department, and it's her poem today, which is very, very heartwarming to all of us. It narrates her experience and her growth with the department's learnings. Over to Pamita Khicha.
Jai Jinendra. Am I audible?
Yes.
Audible.
At the outset, I am very, very grateful and thankful to the department, Priya ma'am, and all other faculty members. तो मेरी कविता इसी को समझा रही है कि फैकल्टी में आके, यूनिवर्सिटी में आके मैंने क्या क्या पाया और मेरा व्यू पॉइंट कैसे बदला। मेरी कविता का शीर्षक है धर्म का मर्म। जैन कुल ने जन्म लिया था, इसलिए जैन धर्म से नाता था। जैन कुल ने जन्म लिया था, इसलिए जैन धर्म से नाता था। हर बरस लगातार 8 दिनों तक हर जैनी पर्युषण मनाता था। मंदिर, स्थानक, पूजन, दर्शन, व्याख्यान भी सुनने जाते थे। अंदर की बात बतलाऊं तो कपड़े भी नए बनवाते थे। पारने की प्लानिंग करते उपवास का दिन कट जाता था। पारने की प्लानिंग करते उपवास का दिन कट जाता था। कुछ इसी तरह से 8 दिनों तक जलसा मनाया जाता था। This is how we used to celebrate पर्युषण पहले से। फिर कुछ ऐसा संयोग बना, जैनोलॉजी से जुड़ने का अवसर आया। फिर कुछ ऐसा संयोग बना, जैनोलॉजी से जुड़ने का अवसर आया। प्रिया मैम और अन्य अध्यापकों ने धर्म का मर्म समझाया। प्रिया मैम और अन्य अध्यापकों ने धर्म का मर्म समझाया। पर्युषण मनाने का अर्थ नहीं है करना कोरी क्रियाएं। पर्युषण मनाने का अर्थ नहीं है करना कोरी क्रियाएं। सांसारिक आसक्तियों में न उलझकर आत्मा के निकट जाएं। मंदिर जाएं तो केवल आंगी की प्रशंसा करके न लौट आएं। मंदिर जाएं तो केवल आंगी की प्रशंसा करके न लौट आएं। उस प्रभु के गुणों को आत्मसात करने का संकल्प अपनाएं। गुरुवाणी सुने तो ऐसा ना हो निकल जाए एक कान से होकर दूसरे कान से। गुरुवाणी सुने तो ऐसा ना हो निकल जाए एक कान से होकर दूसरे कान से। प्रवचन पर चिंतन करके जिए जीवन को सम्यक दृष्टिकोण से। पुण्य पाप से परे है आराधना का मार्ग। पुण्य पाप से परे है आराधना का मार्ग, ये यहीं पर आकर जाना। मतलब यूनिवर्सिटी में आकर पता चला पुण्य पाप से परे है आराधना का मार्ग, ये यहीं पर आकर जाना। गीत राग का संयम और आत्मा की शाश्वतता को इधर ही पहचाना। स्वाध्याय का अर्थ है स्व का अध्याय। स्वाध्याय का अर्थ है स्व का अध्याय। स्वयं का पूर्ण अध्ययन करो। समता में समाये रहने का अर्थ हर प्रतिक्रिया से परहेज करो। स्वाध्याय का अर्थ है स्व का अध्याय, स्वयं का पूर्ण अध्ययन करो। समता में समाये रहने का अर्थ हर प्रतिक्रिया से परहेज करो। तो क्यों ना इस वर्ष पर्युषण पर कुछ इस तरह मनाएं। तो क्यों ना इस वर्ष पर्युषण पर कुछ इस तरह मनाएं। सम्यक दर्शन, ज्ञान, चारित्र से ओतप्रोत हो जाएं। मोक्ष की ओर बढ़ने को सही दिशा की ओर बढ़े। मोक्ष की ओर बढ़ने को सही दिशा की ओर बढ़े। बहुत रह लिए सुप्त अवस्था में, अब जागृत हो जाएं। थैंक यू सो मच। और यही सब हम कर रहे हैं ये शिविर अटेंड करके। Priya ma'am has taken a very good step, and Shasan College, I am very thankful to all the people who have given us this opportunity कि हम घर में बैठ के ही स्वाध्याय और सारा अध्ययन कर रहे हैं। And I am happy to share the platform today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pamita. Pamita is a very affable character, and really, it's very heartwarming to listen to you today, Pamita, in the form of this poem. Thank you. To carry the proceedings forward, are we all ready for moksha? Are we ready or are we not? This question can only be answered by the authority on this field today. And I request Dr. Priyadarshana Jain to enlighten us whether we are ready for moksha or how should we be ready for moksha. Over to Dr. Priyadarshana Jain.
हे पानी पात्री वीर जिन जग को बताया आपने, जग जाल में अब तक फसाया पुण्य एवं पाप ने, पुण्य एवं पाप से है पार मग सुख शांति का, यह धर्म का है मरम, यह विस्फोट आत्म क्रांति का। क्या करे गुणगान प्रभु हम आपके उपकार का, आपने निज निधि हमें दी, नमन करते आपका। आप में प्रभु आप से ही आप सी श्रद्धा जगे, दूर होवे भाव विकृत, परिणति निज मेरा में। प्रभु वंदन, गुरु गुण स्मरण। अत्र उपस्थित महानुभाव शोभा जी, वर्तमान sir, Krishna Chansa, and so many others. I cannot see their names on my mobile laptop. So I welcome all of you and thank you for joining us on the 4th day of this Paryushan celebration. And first of all, I would like to quickly summarize what Reshma and Pamita said for those who are from the non-Hindi background. She spoke about Samyak Darshan, which is the root of the moksha. And Samyak Darshan is not an activity, it is a bhava. It is an attitude. It is a drishti, samyak drishti. It is darshan. It has got to do with your viewpoint, what you think, what you believe, what you affirm. So that is it. And then so many things, I'm not going to highlight everything. So what is the cause of asrav and bandha for a mithya drishti? The same can become a cause for liberation for a samyak drishti. And a mithya drishti cannot even touch 1/16th of what a samyak drishti experiences. Okay, and only with samyak all your kriya, your puja, your bhakti, your tap, your tyag, everything becomes what to say, will complement your moksha marga. Otherwise, the same kriya will be the cause of your transmigration. So kriya cannot lead to moksha. It should be samyak kriya. And who makes it samyak? It is samyak darshan. Okay, and a samyak drishti will never take to papa. Which papa? The anantanubandhi. That which will take him to ananta samsar, he won't take to that pap. So samyak drishti is one who has the knowledge, veda vigyan, what is atma and what is not atma. He knows the differentiation between atma and the sharira, the jad and chetan. Okay, and there is no reason for a samyak drishti to take to pap, because all his ignorance is gone, all his perversion is gone, all his delusion is gone. So he will not take to the, first he will give up the bondage of anantanubandhi, and then eventually the mild bondages also go. Okay, so in Lokik Vyavahar, in our day-to-day parlance also, we have faith in many things. A child has faith in the mother, a student has a faith in the teacher, we have faith in our vehicle, in the government, etc., etc. But what a tragedy that one who has faith in material things is not having faith about his own self. We go and ask others, what is the proof that I exist? Okay, so Panna Samikhaye Dhammam, rationalize. We are all human beings, we are rational animals. So we should rationalize and only then take to dharma. So children ask a lot of questions, but what we do, hey, don't ask questions, just follow what we do. Blindly we try to impose things on children. This is not the right way. You know, in the department, whoever comes for 1 or 2 months, they are asking us questions, all sorts of questions. One student, Monica, I remember her name. She said, Madam, whenever we heard of Atma before coming to the department, we will just imagine one white figure in the movies they show going zoom, this and that. So that was our perception of Atma. But when we came to the department, we understood that even Panch Parameshti are devoted to the Atma. Aryanta Siddha are those who are absorbed in the Atma. Acharya Upadhyay Sadhu are those who are absorbing in the Atma. And Dharma is nothing but absorption in the Atma. But we have no interest in the Atma. We don't know what kind of Atma we are. So that is why we have not got Samyak Darshan to date. Okay, so we are wandering. That's what Reshma said. We are wandering in the darkness of this Pancham Kal, in suffering, in delusion, in ignorance. We are wandering. We are searching for the way out. But who is going to tell us the way out? I told you in my prayer, Hey Pani Patri Veerajin. So we went to the Samavasharan also. We saw Bhagwan, but we failed to see what Bhagwan is seeing. Bhagwan is closing his eyes and he's looking at his Atma. He's so absorbed in his Atma that he doesn't even open his eyes to see you. But we see Bhagwan, but we fail to see what Bhagwan is seeing. So we have not got Samyak Darshan. And that is the starting point of my lecture today, that we are not ready for moksha. Okay, so she spoke about the 3 A's, acceptance and awareness. Whatever is coming to you in your life, it is because of your Purva Karma Uday. Purva Karma means it could be your past bhav, or it could be many past bhav, or this past life that we are living. So if anything is there, it is whatever has happened, it's because of our own calling to our own self. So acceptance, and then awareness, that now I'll be aware and I will not bind new karma. Then we can say we are ready for moksha. Then she spoke about the 10 durlabh bol, the 10 difficult requisites, out of which human birth is very difficult. Getting the 5 senses, getting a mind, getting a rational understanding is very, very difficult. Once we lose these strengths, we'll go back to the Nigod level. So out of the 10 difficult requisites, we have got 8. And what are we doing with it? We are wasting our time behind all external things. Okay, so mere listening to these lectures on Paryushan is not going to liberate you. You have to implement it. You have to practice it. Throughout the day, you have to live in acceptance and awareness. Only then you will get the fruit of what you have heard. Okay, and then she said very wonderfully, Ab nahi to kab. If not now, then when we will get Samyak Darshan? If not here, then where we will get? If not through this Jinvani, this supreme knowledge that Bhagwan has given us, then with what we will get? And if I don't get, who will get it? So wonderful, Reshma. Thank you so much. You have lived up to the department teachings and you have brought us, what to say, a lot of, what to say, I'm satisfied with what we have delivered. So thank you, Kishan Chansa, for establishing the department and for giving us a platform to study this beautiful Jinvani and to implement. It has transformed the life of so many people. Not only the students benefit. So when they go back home, their mother-in-law asks them, what did you learn today? Please come and tell me. The father calls up the daughter and asks, what did you learn today? Please tell me. And for 2-3 hours, they tell their parents, they tell their relatives what they have learned. So you just lighted one lamp, and this one lamp, I mean, this department, and this department is lighting the lives of so many lamps. And this e-Shivir, this e-Paryushan is just a humble beginning. We will be having lot many workshops coming our way, and this light will continue to light, and we will light up, what to say, we'll look up to the Indian culture, which is a culture of spirituality, which is a culture of self-restraint, which is a culture of yoga, pranayam, sadhana, samadhi, and inward looking. And this is what Jin Shasan also, Jin Shasan, Jin matlab the Shasan, the, what to say, the constitution, the country of the Jinas. So through Jin Shasan, we have to come to Nij Shasan. Okay. And from Nij Shasan, when we understand Nij Ka Shasan, Nij means the self. Only then that is a tribute to what we have heard through the Jin Shasan. Okay, so what Pamita said, very beautifully written poem. She said, we are born in this Jain Kul, and we took to Paryushan. We did all the kinds of puja, bhakti, swadhyay, and everything. But at the same time, 8 days we did a lot of jalsa also, and wearing new clothes and just exhibiting what we have and flaunting all the things we have. That was our understanding of Paryushan. Even though we went to the temple, we saw Bhagwan's Angi. In the Shvetamba tradition, they decorate the idols with the Angi. So and nowadays they are decorating with diamonds and pearls and all semi-precious stones and all that. So Bhagwan is complete Vitarag. He's left all this. He's left all this. But in our drishti, there is mahima of these jewels and semi-precious jewels. So we decorate that idol with all these things. And we don't have the mahima of Vitarag nature. That is why we say we are not ready for moksha. So 8 din we did jalsa, but we did not understand the real meaning of Paryushan until she came to the department, and wherein in 2 years, so much of was told to them about the Vitarag Marg, about Samata, about Swadhyay, and she's able to practice it. So I think Reshma and Pamita have set the ball rolling to start my lecture. It is already 9:55 and I will get just 20 minutes for my talk, and I have prepared for at least 2 hours. So whenever you prepare a lecture, prepare as if everybody knows everything. Prepare your best. For if you want to talk for 20 minutes, prepare for 2 hours. But when you start delivering, just think that it is a Paramatma that is speaking to you, and you are not the one is speaking. It is his words that are flowing through you. So I'm not anybody. I'm just a Nimit standing before you. I'm Dasanu Das. I'm just a humble servant. As our Prime Minister says, I'm the Sevak of Bharat. So I will say I'm also the Sevak of Bharat and Jin Shasan, and we look for more opportunities to serve Bharat and to serve all the Bharatiya, not only Bharatiya, but entire mankind and entire life, I mean, entire living beings, you know. So that powerful Jinvani is. So over to all of you. And now I would like to ask you a question that I want you all to ask yourself. Am I ready for moksha? Am I ready for moksha? What do we have to do to go to moksha? So all these days we believe that we have to do something. Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to go here, I have to go to Sameshikar, I have to go to Palitana, I have to do seva, I have to do puja, I have to do bhakti. So let us now cut this myth. Let us understand that Jain Darshan is akartavadi. It does not promote any kartritva bhav. It is akartritva. Atma is not the doer of par. It is the doer of its own self. I would like to quote from here a beautiful WhatsApp message that I got of Sahaj Jain. And the WhatsApp message, I will forward it in the group. All of you listen to it, and I will just summarize what he told. So when Sahaj was asked, what are you doing? He was moving his hands, and he said, I'm not moving the hands. The hands are moving by their yogyata. I'm only a instrument. I'm only a nimit in moving my hands. Okay. If I can move my hands, then I should be able to move the whole world also. I'm not the one. For example, I'll give you one more example to help you with this statement. When you play a video game, or when you give a lecture, okay, or when you play some WhatsApp game, I mean, not WhatsApp game, your Play Store, some game, can you play the game over and again in the same way? No, it happens in a different format. When you give a lecture, you cannot repeat the same lecture, the same statement in the same way. You give it in a different way. The paryaya has changed. Whatever you're talking, whatever you're doing, it is happening because of the 5 samvai. Swabhav, Purusharth, Kal, Bhavitavyata, and Nimit. So 5 factors are working, and all activities are happening because of these 5 factors. But we think that I am the one who is doing. Okay, so I am only a knower and seer, and I'm not a doer. So when you sit in meditation, you practice being a knower and seer and not do anything. So your mind will tell you, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. That is your monkey mind that is working. So you have to convert the monkey mind to the monk mind. You have to discipline the mind. But how will you discipline the mind if you do not know the DNA of the soul? If you do not know the engineering of the soul, what is the function of the soul? What are the qualities of the soul? So what is Siddha Bhagwan doing in moksha? He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything in a sense. Materially, he's not doing anything. But spiritually, it is he who is doing everything. And what we are doing, spiritually, we are zero. And materially, we all want to be heroes. That is why I said we are not ready for moksha. Okay, so I would like to tell you about Sahaj Bhai, a very small boy, you know, and he said, I'm only a nimit in moving my hand. I'm only a nimit in drinking the juice. What the juice I'm taking is Pudgal, and it has gone into my body and it gets converted into Pudgal. Pudgal is matter. Okay, so Pudgal has consumed the Pudgal. Then what am I doing? When he was asked, what are you doing? He said, I'm only a nimit. Then they asked, what is it that you 24 hours do when you are a nimit? Then he said, very beautifully, he said, मैं जानता हूँ, मैं देखता हूँ, और मैं खुश रहता हूँ. I'm only a knower and a seer, and I'm always happy. It should not be like that, that I will listen to this lecture, then I will be happy. Oh, I will give this talk, then I will be happy. Oh, I'll go here, then I'll be happy. No, this is the monkey mind. This is conditioning of the mind. So what you have to do is you have to change. Oh, I'm happy today, so I'm giving this lecture. Oh, I'm happy today, so I'm baking a cake for you. I'm happy today, so I'm going for a walk. I'm happy today, so I'm doing my yoga and pranayam. I'm happy today, so I'm cooking for you. So that always, that happiness, that is the ananda, that is the Sachidananda. So you are only a knower and seer and not a doer. Do not carry the load of the world on you. Just put it down. Just put it down. Paryushan days are to put the load of karmas down. So how do we put the load of karmas? Okay, just imagine that there is a mountain and you want to break that mountain. You want to blow down the mountain. So how do you do? Can you do it with the help of your nails? Can you just use the nails and scratch the mountain and then you can blow the mountain? Is it possible? No, never. So if you want to blow a mountain, what do you have to do? You need a dynamite. You need a dynamite, a blast that will break all the stones and then they'll fly here and there. In the same way, infinite karmic particles have engulfed the Atma Pradeshas. So if you want to take away, or if you want to discard, you want to remove all the karmas, you need the dynamite of spirituality. You need the dynamite of knowing the engineering of the soul. You need the dynamite of Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, and Samyak Charitra. So I will tell you this, how to prepare for moksha. Not that I have told you that we are not ready for moksha, then how to get ready for moksha? How to change the attitude? How to get Samyak Darshan? Do you all want Samyak Darshan? Then just give me a hands up. Just give me a thumbs up. Not hands up, sorry, just give me a thumbs up, then I'll understand that yes, you all are ready and I can deliver better. Okay, or you can put on the chat box, you can put in our WhatsApp group all the messages that you like. So how to get ready for moksha. मोक्ष की तैयारी हम कैसे करें? अभी मैंने बताया कि हम मोक्ष के लिए तैयार नहीं है क्योंकि हमें आत्मा के स्वभाव का ज्ञान नहीं है, आत्मा तक कैसे जाना है हमें मालूम नहीं है. So Sahaj Bhai told us that मैं सिर्फ ज्ञाता दृष्टा अ करता हूँ, सिद्ध भगवान भी मोक्ष में अ करता है और he is telling me to be an अकर्ता. But that is also not in my hands. Whatever I am doing is happening because of the 5 factors. So understand this basic thing that I am not a doer, I am a knower and seer. So चलिए इस बात को हम 5 fingers के माध्यम से समझते हैं. So all of you can keep your 5 fingers before you. It's a kind of an applied Jainism. It's a workshop. You have to implement it. So all of you will put your 5 fingers before you. And the first finger, ये पहली अंगुली है. Give this name as the Jiva Tattva, the pure soul, which is like Siddha Bhagwan. Which is like Siddha Bhagwan, not Siddha Bhagwan. Okay? Which is like Siddha Bhagwan. Put it on this finger. Okay? ये इस finger का नाम है Shuddh Atma. Atma. That is the core self. That is the Krishna Tattva in us. That is the Rama Tattva in us. That is the Shiva Tattva in us, which is full of Shakti. So this is the first one. Other than this, whatever is there in the whole universe, इस आत्मा के अलावा जो कुछ भी संसार में है, okay, all the ajiv, your body, your mind, your thoughts, and all Aryanta Siddha Bhagwan, the Parameshti, everything, your karmas, your moha, raga, dvesha, everything, put it in this finger. Okay, put it in this finger, right? Now, the jiva never looks at itself. ये जीव never looks at itself because it doesn't know that it will get real happiness. उसको अनंत सुख इसको देखने से मिलेगा, इसको मालूम नहीं है. इसको मालूम नहीं है. That is called अज्ञान. That is the wrong knowledge he has got. That is called mithyatva. So what does he do? He's looking at this. Right from birth to death, right from our morning to evening, we are always focusing on this. Oh, what should I eat today? What should I wear today? What should I do today? Which game I should play today? How I should get angry with people? Always our mind is chattering and we are only looking at this. So whenever we look at this action happens, there will be a reaction in the third finger. Okay, there will be a reaction in the form of the third finger. So what is the third finger? All of you write down. The third finger is Asra and Bandha. When you look at this, you have good thoughts. So there will be good karmic inflow. Good auspicious karmas will come to you and they will get attached to you. Okay, so that is called as Asra and Bandha. When you look at this and you have wrong thoughts, of killing, of hurting, of abusing, of anger, of being sulking always, then all these negative thoughts will get to you negative karmas in the form of Ashubha Asrava and Ashubha Bandha. Okay, so right from our Anadi Kal, the Jiva has been looking at this, isko dekh raha hai, and it is taking to Asrava and Bandha. Never it has looked at its own self. Okay, even though it went to the Samavasharan, it did not have the higher logic, so it ended up looking at Bhagwan. It did not learn to look at its own self, looking at Bhagwan. So Bhagwan is only a role model. He's trying to tell you something, he's telling you something, but you are not ready for it. Aapki yogyata nahi hai, so you will not get it. So apni yogyata badhao. So apni yogyata kaise badhana? How to make yourself yogya? How to make yourself worthy of moksha? Then tell, I am a pure soul. I am like Siddha Bhagwan. Nothing is mine. Main kuch nahi, mera kuch nahi, mere liye kuch nahi. I am nobody. This karmic package will change. The address and dress will change. Next birth, you will be somewhere else with another body. That is your dress. And there will be another gati. That is your address. It will change. So, main kuch nahi. I'm not this body. I'm not this worldly things. I'm not all this. Mera kuch bhi nahi. Nothing, not a single paramanu belongs to me. The Samaysar Gatha, the Purva Rang tells us, Aham eko khalu suddho dansana nana mayo sadaruvi. Navi athi majja kinchivi annam paramanu metampi. Aham eko, I am one. I am of the nature of jnana darshana. Okay, not a single paramanu belongs to me. Ek paramanu matra bhi mera nahi hai. So that much of humility, if we have, that much of forgiveness we have towards our own self, the Dasalakshan will follow with all this spiritual talk. Then we become worthy for moksha. We become ready for moksha. So, main kuch nahi, mera kuch nahi, and mere liye kuch bhi nahi. I don't want anything for this name and form. Whatever I want for my eternal pure soul. I don't want anything for this karmic package. I don't want anything for this material sustenance. Everything will come because of my yogyata. I don't have to go after it. When you seek your Atma, जब आप आत्म भाव में रहते हैं, तब you will get the highest order of punya. You will get even the Tirthankar Nama Karma when you are aligned towards spirituality. But Atma Bhav nahi hai, then you will get only lower quality of punya. Okay? Only lower quality of punya. So the higher quality of punya you want, then we have to seek our first finger, which is the Shuddhatma. The second one is, other than your pure self, all your mind, body, speech, your karmas, your kashai, and external things, and even Panchparmeshti, Dev, Guru, everybody. No Aryan Bhagwan is looking at any other Aryan Bhagwan. No Siddha Bhagwan is looking at another Siddha Bhagwan. They are all looking at their own self. So more than Aryanta Siddha Bhagwan, their Atma is important to themselves, and they are telling us that if you look at me, it is Raga, and by looking at me, if you learn to look at your own self, then it is Vitaraga. When Vitaragata will come, then Samata will come, and when Samata will come, the real Gyan and Anand will come. So we are always, right, son Anadi Kal, the Jiva is engaged in looking at Ajiva and all that is related to the Jiva also, other than the Jiva, and it is doing Asrav Bandha. Okay, so are we ready to leave this Asrav Bandha? Are we ready to give up this? Are we ready to look at this? If we are not ready to look at this, if we are not ready to give up this, then this will continue. Then we may talk of moksha. This fifth finger is moksha. Moksha will not come. The Jiva is here and moksha is right next to it, but the Jiva is engaged in looking at this, so it is away from moksha. So what it has to do? The Jiva has to look at Dev, Guru, and Jinvani and all the Shastra and learn to look at itself. When it looks at itself, okay, that is called as Samvar, the fourth finger. Samvar, stoppage. That moment, no karma is coming to you of Mithyatva, Avirati, Pramad, Kashai, Yog, all are arrested. Then that state is Samvar. And continuously looking at the Atma will lead to Nirjara. That is what Bhagwan Mahavir, Okay, in Paryushan, during Paryushan, all the people around the world who are celebrating the Paryushan Parva, they will read the Kalpa Sutra, they will do Mahavir Bhagwan ka Vanchan, they will do the Palna Ji, they'll do everything. But they will not do what Bhagwan Mahavir is telling you to do. So in the name of Bhagwan Mahavir, in the name of Paryushan also, we are taking to Asrav and Bandha. That is why I said we are not ready for moksha. If you really want moksha, if you really want liberation from this samsara, then we need to be very, very serious. How a person who wants to do his MBBS, he doesn't go to an engineering college. He detaches himself from all kinds of other studies and he focuses on the medical studies. Only then he becomes a doctor. Likewise, you have to concentrate, you have to focus on the pure soul, on the real true self. अपनी आत्मा के ऊपर हम ध्यान करेंगे, तब हमारे जीवन में संवर और निर्जरा चालू. तो आत्मा को देखना वो संवर है और कंटिन्यूअसली देखना वो निर्जरा है और आत्मा से बाहर नहीं आना वो मोक्ष है. So looking at the Atma, when I say looking at the Atma, I'm reminded of a very beautiful bhajan that is sung in the Shwetambar tradition, and I've grown up singing that. इतना सुंदर भजन है वो. क्या कहता है वो जरा सुन लेते हैं. सेवो सिद्ध सदा जयकार, जहाँ से होवे मंगलाचार. What does it say? सेवो सिद्ध सदा जयकार. सेवो means enjoy, सेवन करो. Like somebody comes to my house, मेरे घर कोई आता है तो मैं कहती हूँ पान सुपारी का सेवन करो, है ना. सेवन करो means please take this, please relish this, please enjoy this. Okay, I want to serve them. So in the same way, enjoy being a Siddha Bhagwan, being a knower and seer. Then you're being your own self. You're not looking at this. Then your Samvar Nirjara process has started. And then what you reach moksha. So moksha is here and now. Moksha is not a state. It is not a place. It is an attitude. It is a bhava. And Jainism is bhava pradhan. And that is why they say, bhave bhavana bhaviye, bhave dije dan, bhave dharma aradhiye, bhave keval gyan. So whatever you do with bhav, you do with your right samyak darshan, with the abhipray, with the right attitude. So bhave bhavana bhaviye. So even though you cannot focus on your atma, at least bhavana to karo. Oh, that day will be an auspicious day when I will focus on my atma. Oh, that day will be an auspicious day when I will get samyak darshan. Pratidin ye bhavana karo, jagriti. With this awareness, you become worthy of moksha. So bhave bhavana bhaviye, bhave dije dan. Give yourself the gift of spirituality. अपने को अध्यात्म का गिफ्ट दे दीजिए और जो भी संसार का है जिसको चाहिए लेने दीजिए. इसीलिए कहते हैं जो दे गया सो ले गया और जो खा गया सो खो गया. One who gives will get it multifold, and one who consumes it will, he's using the punya, he's losing the punya and getting papa. और जो दे देता है वो क्या करता है आगे भी ले जाता है. So give yourself the gift of spirituality, give yourself the gift of divinity, and give others what they want. And what we have to give? Dan. 4 types of dan. Supatra dan, abhay dan, aushadhi dan, gyan dan. है ना? Please engage yourself. In the name of spirituality, don't just sit idle. Engage yourself. अपने को पढ़ो पढ़ाओ. है ना? Go and help out people. Just as Shobha madam has helped so many people. Even the rebels, even we can't even think of going in front of a terrorist. She's gone before them and she's helped them. She has done her duty. So let us also do our duty towards our own self and towards our countrymen, towards our Jain Samaj, towards our, towards the environment, towards mankind. So let us all be eco warriors. Let us all plant trees. Let us all save water, save electricity, take to the solar way of living that our Prime Minister is more promoting to the world. By that way, you will consume less of electricity, and your electricity comes from the hydroelectric system. And there, so many animals, fish, water-bodied animals are disturbed. As we are using this technology, the internet, the WhatsApp, the mobile, and the cables are planted in the deep oceans, and there are vibrations, and the ocean creatures are also disturbed because of our activity. So this is not the right way of promoting things, but because we are living in a technology world, we need to do this, but we need to take prashchit for this also. So bhave bhavana bhaviye, bhave dije dan, bhave dharma aradhiye. Whatever you do with the joy of doing it. Do it with awareness. And bhave keval gyan. And only in your bhav you will get keval gyan. You have to search for moksha in your bhava and not in external things. So with these few words, I will end my talk. Time is up. I've just taken 20 minutes. There are so many other things that I would like to discuss with you. Some other day, I'll appear before you. And we have a lot of illustrious speakers will be joining us, and we'll be listening to them and benefiting. Thank you. Jai Jinendra, Jai Bharat, Jai Jinshasan.
Thank you, Dr. Priyadarshana ma'am. It's very inspiring. Every day we listen to you and we learn something new. Thank you for your time and the energy that flows from you. I'm sure we're getting a lot of messages from this audience, and the feedback is very good. We thank you for inspiring us. To conclude today's program, I would again request Dr. Priyadarshana ji to answer, and and Reshma ji Bansali to answer any questions. If there are any questions, please raise your hand, and Ravi Chandran sir will unmute you. If there are any questions, please.
Yesterday we had asked a question. We gave a homework. How many of you did it? 5 kinds of mithyatva. The names of 5 kinds of mithyatva. I got the answer from a few people, and Shobhaji herself had given us an answer, and so many others gave us the answer on the WhatsApp message. So anybody who has the right answer, the 5 kinds of mithyatva, how many kinds of mithyatva are there? So we'll be asking you questions. You don't seem to be asking questions. So we'll give you half a minute's time. If any questions come up, we'll take it. Otherwise, we'll ask you questions and we expect you to answer. Yes, anybody? Yes, the 5 kinds of mithyatva. Anybody would like to answer? The 5 kinds of mithyatva. Yes, Namrata has raised her hand. She has something to ask.
I think the answer that I know is I don't know. I have the answer for the types of mithyatva. Can I say one?
Yes.
Ekant, Viparit,
Yes.
Vinay, Agyan, Samasya,
Sanshaya.
Sanshaya.
Yes, a big round of applause for Namrata. These were the
Thank
5
you.
answers we were looking for. And there are 25 kinds of mithyatva. Out of those 25 kinds of mithyatva, Shobha madam had posted 5 kinds of mithyatva. They are also right. Abhigrahik, Anabhigrahik, Samshayik, and all those. So they are also the 5 kinds of mithyatva. So
Ma'am, yesterday, Priya ma'am, yesterday, Malar ma'am had sent the answers in the WhatsApp group also. So congratulations to Malarviri ma'am for giving the correct response.
Yeah.
So Anbu Sagaran has got some question. Anbu Sagaran, you can unmute and ask.
Yes, Anbu Shekaran. Yes, Anbu Shekaran, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone.
Yes,
this was very good. I've been watching it for the past 2 days. I'm starting my day with this. It's really enlightening speeches. So I would like to
tell
watch.
us from where you are? Can you tell us from where you are?
I'm from Chennai, Thiruvanmiyur. I'm speaking. Actually, I would like to watch those videos. I guess you are recording. I want to watch it. Where could I find it?
Anbu Sagaran, YouTube available.
Okay. Fine. Thank you so
Jai
much.
Please join the group. Please join the WhatsApp group. If you do
Okay.
not have, just send us a message. We'll add you in the group
Definitely.
and you'll get the regular updates.
Sure. Thank you so much.
We are on Telegram.
Yeah.
We are on Telegram, Jai Bharat, Jai Jinshasan. And
Okay.
on YouTube, you can go to Jai Bharat, Jai Jinshasan.
Okay. I will join immediately. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. And please spread the light. Please spread the word.
Definitely. I will do that. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Anbu Shekaran, sir.
Thank you.
So for the response. If you do not have questions, we can have the responses, please. Over to all of you. It's your time now. 2 responses we have got. The last one we expect. Or shall I ask you a question? Who can explain the 5 fingers? Who can explain the 5 fingers? Anybody? Who will repeat the 5 fingers? The message of the 5 fingers. The message of the 5 fingers. Anybody? Anybody? सबको मौन व्रत है क्या? सब मौन साधना में चले गए. पहले दिन योग अयोग प्रयोग क्या बताया, सब मौन में चले गए. Okay. Anybody?
Ma'am, the 5 fingers, one of them, the thumb denotes the moksha. The
No,
4
you have
finger
to go in
denotes
the
the
order.
jiva.
You have to go in the order in which I told.
Yeah.
Renu. Yes,
Okay,
Renu.
the 4 finger denotes the jiva, and the middle finger denotes
The middle finger denotes the index finger denotes the jiva.
jiva.
Yes, quickly.
I thought
There's a disturbance in the voice. Can we hear from Renu? No voice coming across.
it is. Yeah.
No voice coming
Yeah,
across.
we are able
Shanti
to
sir.
hear you, ma'am. Please repeat again.
Please repeat what you said. Okay.
Dvesh, middle
Go
finger.
ahead. Ma'am, these are your answer. Deepak,
Yeah,
Ravichandran
ma'am.
sir, you can, yes. Deepa, I can hear you,
please
Deepa.
go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am. Thumbs up finger is the moksha. Then the second finger is Jeev Tattva. The middle finger is Ajeev Tattva. And the fourth finger is Ashravan Bandh. And the fifth one, the last finger is Nirjara.
Sambar and Nirjara.
Yeah, Sambar and Nirjara.
Yeah, you should have told it in the order. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Mm.
Okay. My next question is, what is the one way to go to moksha? There is one way, or there are many ways. What is that one way of moksha? What is the moksha marga? Can you do just bhakti and get moksha? Can you just do tapa and get moksha? What is the way to moksha? Anybody can reply?
Understanding the self.
You can raise your hand and Ravichandran sir will unmute you. Yes,
It is
Pamita.
unmute.
Yes,
They can
Pamita.
unmute, ma'am. They can unmute.
Yes, you all can unmute yourself and talk.
Ma'am,
Pamita,
Samyak
one at a
Darshan
time.
is the first step to moksha. Samyak Darshan.
Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, Samyak Charitra. All three together. All three together.
All three together.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yes, over to Ravichandran sir.
Oh.
The question answer, the response session is done. And now we'll have the Mangal part and
Ma'am.
the resolution. So,
1 minute, ma'am. 1 minute,
I'll-
1 minute, 1 minute, ma'am.
Yes, Ravichandran sir.
I request our chief guest, Shobha madam, about her view about this event, ma'am.
Her response. Can you have the chief guest response? What is your takeaway, ma'am?
Shobha ma'am.
I was very impressed when you said that we don't have to go through rituals and any other.
Yeah, please, all of you, keep yourself muted.
Shobha ma'am, நீங்க continue பண்ணுங்க.
Today's my takeaway is that one has to look inwards, and there is no point in going through rituals and doing things that does not matter so much, as long as you believe what you're doing is right and how you do it, and with a kind of a insight that what you're doing right is going to benefit you by getting you to the ultimate liberation.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Shobha ma'am, for your views.
Thank you, Shobha. So the rightness of darshan, gyan and charitra is the pathway of moksha, and not blindly following the rituals. When you take to the rightness of darshan, gyan, charitra, all the rituals will come. On their own, they will happen. Like when I'm going inward, I'm not concentrating outside. So I'm not concentrating on food. So upvas, anshan, everything happens. Not simply giving up food is not the right way of doing upvas. Likewise, we have to apply it. Yeah. So yes, we can have the resolution, the homework for today. I would request all of you to look into your Jinwani books and get the names of the 18 doshas that are not there in Arihanta Bhagwan. Okay, I request you all to look into your reference books and get the names of the 18 dosh जो Arihant Bhagwan में नहीं है, and you have to introspect and see उनमें से 18 दोष आप में कितने कितने हैं. Okay, this is the homework today, and you all will resolve that whatever you do today, you will do meditatively. Okay, when the Shishya asked the Guru, Kaham chare, kaham chitte, kaham ase, kaham saye, kaham bunjanto, bhasanto, pavakammam na bandai. Okay, how should I sit? How should I sleep? How should I eat? How should I talk? That I don't get karmic bondage. We have to go to Sambar Nirjara, no? So what should I do that I don't get asram and bandha? So the Guru replied in the Dashvekalik Sutra, Jayam chare, Jayam chitte, Jayam ase, Jayam saye, Jayam bhunjanto, bhasanto, pavakammam na bandai. So whatever you do it with Jayana. Do it with the bhav of acceptance and awareness. Then you will be in the state of Sambar and Nirjara. You won't get intense asram and bandha. You will come closer to your jiva and you will come closer to moksha. So this is the resolution. This is the homework. This is the activity that you all have to do for today. And be happy, be happy, be grateful. As we all started with a sign of gratefulness from Reshma ma'am. Let us all be grateful to Siddha Bhagwan, because when one Siddha Bhagwan went to moksha, our jiva came from the avyavahar rashi to the vyavahar rashi. And we bow down to the Pancha Parameshti, to our Paramatma, and to our gurus, to our parents, to our motherland, and all the good things that have come to us. Let us all be grateful to them. Namo Namo to all great and good things in the world outside, and Namo Namo to all the great and good things inside me. So with this, we'll have the Mangal Path and then our lovely song, Shuddhatam Hai Mera Naam. All of you try to learn this song. Whoever learns this song will get to recite it over here, and we'll give a 3 rounds of applause for them. Okay, at least 3 people will memorize this song and chant it tomorrow. And you can also look into the prayer, the meaning of the Darshan Stuti that we all chant in the beginning. So do your homework and please come over to the Mangal Path now. All of you do a deep breathing, and we are also supposed to do this Chattari Mangalam with deep breathing only. But because of lack of time, I'm not doing that. You do it after the Mangal Path. Deep inhaling and exhaling, you keep doing as you keep listening.
Mera dham Shuddhatam hai mera naam, matra janna mera kaam, mukti puri hai mera dham, milta jahan purn vishram. Shuddhatam hai mera naam, matra janna mera kaam, mukti puri hai mera dham, milta jahan purn vishram. जहाँ भूख का नाम नहीं है, जहाँ प्यास का काम नहीं है, खांसी और जुकाम नहीं है, आदि व्याधि का नाम नहीं है। सत शिव सुंदर मेरा धाम, शुद्धात्म है मेरा नाम, मात्र जानना मेरा काम, शुद्धात्म है मेरा नाम। स्वयं पर भेद विज्ञान करेंगे, निज आत्म का ध्यान करेंगे, राग द्वेष का त्याग करेंगे, चिदानंद रस पान करेंगे। सब सुखदाता मेरा धाम, शुद्धात्म है मेरा नाम, मात्र जानना मेरा काम, मुक्तिपुरी है मेरा धाम, मिलता जहाँ पूर्ण विश्राम। जय जिनेंद्र।
All of you will meditate on this song and take the Mangal path now. Ravichandran sir. Chattari Mangalam Arahanta Mangalam Siddha Mangalam Sahu Mangalam Kevali Pannato Dhammo Mangalam Chattari Loguttama Arahanta Loguttama Siddha Loguttama Sahu Loguttama Kevali Pannato Dhammo Loguttamo Chattari Saranam Pavajami Arahante Saranam Pavajami Siddhe Saranam Pavajami Sahu Saranam Pavajami Kevali Pannatam Dhammam Saranam Pavajami. Jai Jinendra, Jai Bharat, Jai Jinshasan.
Jai Jinendra ma'am. Thank you.
Jai Jinendra ma'am. Thank you very much.
Jai Jinendra,
All
thanks
of you
for
please
everybody.
leave the waiting room. All of you please
Jai
leave the
Jinendra.
waiting
Thank
room
you, ma'am.
from your mobile sets or laptop sets.
Ravichandran sir, stop recording, stop YouTube live, and stop the meeting also.